page that
Yeah, that homepage right there.
yes.
You would get there by organic search. So they're never going to pay per click you to this site, right?
Well,
This site is not
yeah.
the optimized landing page.
Well, you really don't want to use pay-per-click to a homepage. Now, a lot of people do because they don't know better, but it's actually a big money burner.
Because they don't know better, yeah.
Yeah, because see, like here, you have so much different information on this one page. Like this homepage has a collaboration of things. You know, you're going to see your testimonials for your social proof. You're going to see some sort of process. You know, they're going to ask you to, you know, explore the features. They're going to show you that they're number 4 at something.
So I have a question here. So that SpyFu website you were on, we could look at these people through SpyFu, right?
Yeah.
And basically, that SpyFu had a breakdown between basically SEO and SEM, or organic versus paid. And so we could actually get a reasonable idea for this Alvik.com. We could get a reasonable idea of how many people are getting on that site organically, like your actual search, and how many people are there paying to go there.
There's your answer.
Now, as we can see, so 5% organic, 95% paid.
Yep.
So that whole site, which looks pretty good, which looks pretty legit, makes the business look good, is actually only being seen by 5% of the actual people. Unless, for example, their email trip is returning them back to that. Is that correct?
No, not necessarily. I mean, organic search, that just means that, you know, let's see, they've been up for 3 years, so they got a little bit of time. But you know, with the paid, they could be running up some to the home. Actually, we'll figure it out. We'll see what they're doing. Let's look at how they're running their paid. So they're focused on network infrastructure, RMM. Let me go ahead and pull their spreadsheets. They're running 4, 5, 600 keywords. Okay, let's take a look at this. This will give us the information right here. Okay, so we got the keywords, the daily clicks that this happens, the cost per the click, position of their ad, title, the body, and this is the URL that they're sending visitors to. So they're a violator. They're sending a lot of people to their homepage, and then they're also sending a lot of people to the same page that we have. Yeah. So okay, so
you're not supposed to pay to click people to your homepage?
I wouldn't. I mean, just because, like, you know.
If they're a violator, what is that word, violator?
Well, I don't mean like a violator. I mean a violator in terms of it's not optimal. Like they could be spending.
You're not talking about like laws or regulations. You're talking about they're violating good technique.
Yeah, they're violating good technique, good quality score opportunities. I mean, you know, I see some different. You know, they're mainly going to the RMM network infrastructure. Compare this product, same thing there. So they've got, let's see, so far they got 2 uniques. They're doing the same thing over and over. But they're mainly sending to the landing page that we just looked at, which is this one. So they're mainly sending this through, and then they're using you know, some tracking cookies to monitor which source, whether it's coming through Facebook or through Google PPC. But this seems to be their number 1 page that they're seeing too. But yeah, whenever you're doing this, I mean, when I say violator, it's like you really don't, because the homepage. I mean, really, your homepage is just going to get you not really good positioning. Like say number 4. I mean, it seems like they're number 1 on some things, but you know, it's very specific. But you know, what you want to do is you want to create a separate page for each of your ad groups, so that you're able to dial in that page to have like a specific URL that's related to the keywords. You want to have specific H1 and H2 as well as H3 tags. You want to have copy. You want to have at least 300 to 500 words on that page. In order to get enough quality score. And what a quality score does for Google AdWords is it increases the amount of times they'll show the ad, as well as the position it's in, as well as the cost of it. So the better quality that you have, the more they'll show it, the less they'll charge.
Real.
Facebook not the same way. So we don't have to get too specific with Facebook. But yes, you use the idea of going to certain landers, and that's what they're doing. They're really using, well, now they got a different MSP edition. So they got RMM Network MSP edition and this Casea. I can't really pronounce names. Yeah. So that's really all they're doing on that end. They're spending $10,000 a month on it, so can't be too bad. See how long they've been doing it. Says it's been up for 3 years, so let's see if they just ramped up. About last year at this time, they ramped up pretty good, tripled up basically. So they hired somebody here in November 2 years ago. Okay, so they've been doing this about 2 years. They burned a lot, and a lot of people, you'll see this pretty common where you'll burn a lot at the beginning. Because I mean, even I've seen it from like the SEO perspective. Like you're paying Google to do what Google does, and certainly they like people who pay them more than people who don't, right? I mean, what business doesn't? So a lot of times they'll kick off campaigns real hard in the beginning, and then they'll slow them down in order to get some SEO, to get some, because I mean, when you're using PPC campaigns, you're getting traffic to your site, you're getting metrics, you're letting the indexes know, hey, we're here. Index us, crawl us, come find us, we got metrics, so on and so forth, social metrics. And so, but you can see how they've ramped up, and then they've obviously hit another big, spike again in November last year, and they've been running pretty steady. So that gives you an idea, what they're doing, and certainly you can look at what their competitors are doing in the same space and how they overlap. You have any questions? So landing page is all about, I mean, I'm not saying that sending them to the homepage is terribly bad, but it's just, if you're doing it on a broad keyword front, it's really hard. I mean, you're just not going to get certainly, for this, if everything's focused around probably that keyword set right there, they're probably okay, but not, I mean, it's not the best idea. Let me see what they've got on here. Yeah. Let's see how sophisticated they are. They're missing some opportunities here. So they've got some of the logos of their partners here, and yeah. So well. They're missing two areas. If it was me, one, I would want to load in this logo image with using some language that like network operations or something like we've identified here at the top, like network infrastructure, and then put like network infrastructure / mytech.jpg, right? And then over here in the alt tag, I would want to do the same thing, where I'm repeating, network infrastructure, and that's really a free win, these alt tags, because here's the thing: search engines can't read a picture. They can read the file that it's attached to, and they can read what your image alt text says about it, right? So those are two things you always, image, the way you name your images, as well as the way that you put in your alt tags, is uber important for your quality score, for your SEO, everything. Next thing, okay, they're not using something that's called rich snippets. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. See here, they're messing up again. I mean, they're using a key branded Alvik, but I mean, they need to Alvik RMM network infrastructure to, / topology or whatever it is. But, so they're making some mistakes here, but they're not doing something called rich snippets. And let me show you actual code of that.
Now, I have a question. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop.
Shoot it.
you talking about stuff that would help with organic traffic or stuff that would help with basically making the paid traffic work better?
Both.
Okay. I understand the idea of organic traffic. I don't, as you just told me the first, I never knew you could do stuff to help your paid traffic work better. Could you tell me all the stuff that you said, they charge you less, they show them more? Other stuff you're saying? Or they'll charge you even less or something? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, if you make it better, yeah, I mean, they would charge you. I mean, because see, that's where you optimize. Part of being able to optimize, you're gonna, it's kind of like, a lot of people say, well, I do SEO or I do SEM. Well, see, I think they're all intertwined, and that's why, because one matters to the other, right? And when you look at like on-page technical specifications, it matters for your SEO as well as your search page, because both, basically come up with a quality score of the page. And if you don't have things optimized, if you don't have things with, some of the keywords that they're looking to have in there, it's not going to give you that great of a for either paid or for, I guess you can call it non-paid, which it still is paid for organic side. But does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but just fill me in. So, how many things change from the paid side as a result of making an improvement? Again, you already told me they may show more often. Number two, they may charge you less. Are those the two big ones?
Quality score, being able to reduce the CPC and improve the positioning. Yes, that's the main two goals.
So, like the actual, what do they show up first, second, and third changes based on quality score?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. All right.
And on bidding strategy, yeah, part of it's bidding strategy. But yes, I mean, let me give you an example. I had a law firm out of New York that they wanted to do some software IP. I showed you that night. And their website was written on some really old code. It was not mobile responsive. I got them up on the ad campaigns, ran it for like 48 hours, looked at it, and I said, guys, we need to shut this down. Here's why. One, we are in 6th to 7th position, which means we're not even on like the 3rd page. And this is the reasons. So we went back, we revamped it just to get the mobile side, and I made sure that their HTML was properly set up. And then we relaunched, and I was able to take them from that 6th, 7th spot down to now 3rd spot, just immediately. All right?
So hold on, now I'm actually understanding a little bit. So you're actually saying literally you couldn't even pay Google to send people there. Or because you had the cap on the bidding, Google was requiring them to bid extremely high to get like a bump to the first page.
Well, Google wants to serve up ads that are best, that their demographics.
Yeah, it still actually has to be relevant.
Right, right.
Google says we're not just going to literally let you spam somebody.
Right.
You've got to at least make it what they're searching
right,
for.
Right.
Okay.
But then you have your technical specs, which is, goes back to kind of like your on-page SEO, and how on-page SEO and search engine marketing or social media marketing kind of mix together. Because see here, they need to be adding in something called rich snippets, and what that does is is contained within these HTML tags, but it tells Google how to index it properly. And let me show you how that looks. Okay. This is your div for your schema or your rich snippet. This tells the page that what's on here is being called for the item page right here. And like if you have a product, you would have product up here. It changes based on what you have. So what this does is in the header tags, you can see I got an item prop call, and this is called headline. And then you come down here, and it's got an item prop call on the paragraph tag, main content of page. And then I'm also doing it, no, I'm not doing anywhere else in there. But you see the idea that you're telling Google how to index this page based on the information that you have on it. So it makes it easier. Like, okay, they know this is the main content of the page. They know this is the headline up here on your H1. Obviously, we need an H2. See, yeah, here's the H2. It's just commented out right now. But you can see the item prop is alternative headline. Always have an H1, H2. That's important. But that's the idea of rich snippets, and that's both for like I said, both SEO and for your paid Google or Bing advertising. That's very important to have. Questions?
Yeah, I mean, whatever that was.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I really is. Okay, cool. This is pretty easy. So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of just literally the idea of the organic, not organic, I'm not using that word. Going back to Facebook, the main page posts you make, especially if you are a retail business, one of the chief issues with those is that as a retail business, all things considered, you really cannot track how well you've done unless you're talking about making a specific sale of a specific item. And so whereas a lot of companies have potentially even to some degree gotten lucky with just becoming popular on social media, that if you are attempting to really like produce a plan, to some degree you almost have to make sure that you are selling something that is trackable, right? Like, yeah, you know what?
Everything online is trackable. I mean, every bit of this, like, that's why we got your Google Analytics set up, because that's going to be able to show you, it's going to give us all the information of where people are coming from, where they're going, etc. But yes, I mean, everything across your platforms, you're tracking when they go to that web page, and we add like the pixel code, and we add your AdWords pixel code. We'll be able to, place a cookie on their browser, which then allows us to follow them around the web to be able to serve them up other ads to get them to make a purchase decision. So that's kind of like what you saw a minute ago, where there was these wild claiming headline tags to get people to go to an article and read on it. The whole point of that was just to know, hey, these people are interested in it, and now that I know that you're interested in it, I can now serve you up ads to get you to buy it, right? But from the standpoint of being able just to hop on social media and use it for free to, post out a bunch of things, and you think this, that metrics like and share and engagement and all that matter. It doesn't, because once again, it depends on your strategy. I mean, and certainly there is an element of that strategy that you have to have, because you want to be captive to an audience and build it. But that's like an SEO process. That's a long-term gig, slow to build, so on and so forth. Whereas just like you would on AdWords, you would come on to paid ads on Facebook and go ahead and punch out to people and get them coming to your page to buy. And then once they come to that page, and if they don't buy, that's why we've installed a cookie on the browser, then we can get them to come back, and we know who they are.
So yeah, so like just going back to this idea of the difference between the two. So I just boosted that post to Little Rock, right? So they said I was going to get how many impressions or whatever, 35. Basically, number one, does an impression mean just it showed up on their little scroll feed?
Yep.
They might have looked at it. That's what that means.
It means it just showed up on their feed at some point.
Okay. So basically, it says we're going to put this on, say, 30,000 people's feed. Okay. So they might have glanced at it. The problem there is basically this. The actual getting money from the process would actually have to manifest itself in saying, oh, I think I might go to that sometime. And then if they walk in the door, they obviously are not going to say, yeah, 3 weeks ago I glanced at this and came in.
Right.
They'll say, oh, hey, cool. This is a great store. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And it buys them and leave. So the problem there is that, to some degree, it's kind of like a billboard. It's like literally just buying a billboard, right?
Yep.
So it's like, I can buy a billboard in Little Rock if I wanted to. And it could work. But
Mm-hmm.
the traceability, unless it were so obvious, right? I bought the billboard. Next day, my business doubled. I took the billboard down. My business went back to half, right? Like that would be obvious. But unless it's obvious, the problem is basically you're just shooting randomly. Whereas with this other stuff, you are able to actually pretty much put together an entire funnel and know exactly what happened. With the only caveat, which is basically that it realistically only works for certain types of products and certain types of sales. I'm not saying it's extremely limited, but it is somewhat limited in terms of what you might be able to sell as a result of it.
I think you can sell anything. You just have to know the funnel.
But you can sell anything provided you can
But
make a transaction online.
but you can't. Yeah, but you can sell anything. But you know, it's a matter of making a profit. That's the question.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So I'm just trying to think here again, like the idea of okay. So now this again, very. I'm just trying to understand the whole idea, the whole gamut of all my options, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on Facebook, if I have likes, does a like mean that every time I post something, it shows up on their feed?
Yes.
Okay. A paid thing basically means this. Even if they didn't like this, it showed up on their feed.
It reaches people that have not already heard of you or seen you.
Okay. So basically this. Having a Facebook like just means that every time we post, it goes to that. Like we have 1,300 people. So basically every time we post, we get 1,300 free views.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas if we pay money, we get, it was going to say 30,000 total views.
Mm-hmm. Impression. It's kind of like impression off the
having a
billboard.
Facebook like, that's what it means. Those people are going to get your stuff for free because they've opted in, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What is the stuff with the shares and the upvotes and all that sort of stuff? What and the interaction? What is that stuff?
Well, when someone likes like the post that you did, or they share it, it's just giving you basically, you know, free marketing. They're taking it and they're putting it out there, you know. And I mean, obviously, doing that from your public feed is you want that. You know, the more shareability, the more likes, the more engagement, the better. But you know, once again, going to the other side, to the paid ad side, getting likes on those paid ads is not as important as, you know, getting people to take the action, which is to come to your website and
Sure.
and then, you know, eventually become a customer.
What happens when a person shares? Like, who does it go to?
Their newsfeed, their friends, their friend list.
It goes to everybody on their friends list?
Yeah.
Basically anybody who, so it goes on those people's feed.
Yeah.
Then to some degree, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, can somebody like it from there?
Mm-hmm. They could see your company, then come over and like your page. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why another thing to do, you know, I mean, because it's hard to get shares. I mean, that's something that people just kind of do. It's not something you can really make them do or force them to do. It's just something that happens. But you can also boost posts to friends of your friends who like the page, you know, and that puts you out there in a new audience. So they'll come on in and they'll see that, like, let's see if we have something, an example of that. Sorry, MM, for costing you money. Let's see. Let's make sure. I was telling them sorry for clicking on their ad and costing them money.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Sorry. See if I can find anything. You know, it'll usually have like suggested posts, but it'll have up here like so and so likes this company. You know, let's see if I can find any. It's my old Staff Sergeant Prochi. He was my drill instructor in boot camp.
Oh, wow.
We became friends a couple months ago. It's been like 15 years. I was like, oh my God.
Crazy.
Yeah. See, okay, we go. See, this is him This is him promoting ads to friends of friends. So it shows like so and so likes this, and then he's promoting this 3 core funnels book. I'm sure it's interesting. I don't know, but that's what it would look like if you were to boast.
Who is this? What is happening?
This is a paid ad where he is boosting it to friends of friends. So like my friend Leslie likes this. Huh?
Who's doing the ad?
Russell Brunson.
Okay, so Russell Brunson is doing an ad. And Russell Brunson's friend is this Leslie girl, right?
No. She's not a friend. She's just someone who has liked his page. So like the 1,600 people that you have liking your page.
So the Russell Brunson is a business page. She likes that page.
Right. And now he's paying for ads out to people that she's friends of.
So she is your friend?
Yes.
Okay, so she's your friend on Facebook. And
Yep.
what he has done is, so he has promoted the fact that they have liked the page, and so you're getting this.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. Okay.
So it's like a connection, like, oh, my buddy likes this. Okay, well, let me check it out.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. Get any questions on that?
And so he posts this gift thing.
Yeah,
And I suppose that is actually it's a video.
Yeah,
and so you can click on that, and that's going to go to a landing page, right?
if you go to sign up for a free trial.
So if you click on that, it actually double clicks.
Hey, my name is Russell Brunson. I am the founder of Dr.
This Tunnel University is now the landing page.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
And so some people, the way they do it is, this is probably his main site, right? Like this is not like a weird, different version of it, is it? Or maybe it is it?
Well, I mean, he's running you to a landing page.
Yeah.
Free gift.
Funnelview.com/free gift. This is he's pretty much running one of these. Or there may be
Multiples.
There may be another one that may be like free gifts, for example, and it has baby guts or something.
I'm sure he's got several variations of this. I mean, this is just one landing page on this secret that this presentation that he's trying to sell to get you to join up. God, I hate when they do stuff like this. These big words and these crazy. I mean, I get it works, but that's kind of old school. Too much information on this. Oof, too much. This is good for like older people who are used to this stuff in like the early 2000s, you know.
Long form, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too much. I mean, this screams 1998 landing page sales.
It really does.
Yep. So I mean, you know.
There's like one really long thing.
Yeah, I mean, long pages are great, but just the way it's all mixed up with these big text and all these underlines, and then the book cover, and then the check marks, and I mean, it screams 1996. See,
Keep going back, man. It was 2000, it was 98, and it was 98.
I'm just rolling them back. It's going to be 70s here shortly. This is something that was invented before Facebook or before internet was invented.
That's what I'm about to say. We're pretty close, and it'll be.
Yeah, this is pre-internet. This is back on DOS. But see, he's got, and I guess he's a competitor of mine. So
He is. Yeah.
I guess he is. Let's figure out what he's doing. He's doing some sort of funnel stuff. No, he's not spending anything. He's doing some Facebook stuff. Okay, he's not. He hasn't really been around. He hasn't been around long. This is all new. This is all new. But anyhow, you get the idea. You know, you run things, you get people to come, do some sort of action, you know, and then you're able to track them. And surely, if he's got the setup right, well, we'll find out.
this idea of promoting regular posts, not ads, but regular posts in Little Rock. The whole idea would be basically they get to see it one time, and maybe if they look at it, then they might click on it and then decide to like us. And then basically from that point on, they would get free kind of posts from us, which then may help them come back. But the whole idea is basically, since that's a brick and mortar store, it kind of gets lost in translation. You can't really track it once that's occurring, right? Like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, you know, when you go from online to offline, it's really hard to track it and have accountability unless you have like your store associates. Hey, where did you find us at? You know, specifically asking is, you know, it won't be so clear.
Okay, cool. All right, I actually think I have a bit of a better